Hi everyone, today we are going to look at different materials to see if they're waterproof or not. Let's have a look at what that means. So, waterproof. What does waterproof mean? If a material is waterproof, it keeps water out. Why do we need waterproof materials? Well, to keep us dry. And our raincoats are waterproof to stop the rain from making our clothes wet. Boots, like your wellies that you'd wear out in the garden, they're waterproof so that we can walk through puddles without getting your socks wet. And what materials are waterproof? Well, that's what we're going to investigate today. So we're going to have a look at the following materials. We've got tinfoil. This is tinfoil. And we have cardboard. So I have a tea box here. It's made out of cardboard. You can see, show you inside that it is a cardboard box. We're going to have a look at some paper. So a little slip of white paper. We're also going to look at plastic. So Ben 10 here, he's made out of plastic. All right. We're going to look at tissue. So I have some toilet paper there. That's tissue. And we're going to look at fabric. This is a napkin and it's made from fabric, from cloth. And we're going to look at rubber. And I have a rubber here. It's pretty messed up rubber, but it works and it's made out of rubber. Okay, so do we think that the materials will be waterproof or not? Let's take a look at each one individually. So first we're going to look at tinfoil. What does tinfoil feel like? Feels kind of smooth, okay? It's shiny, that's what it looks like. It makes sound when we squash it, doesn't it? Can you hear that sound? We can fold it. I've been folding it. Do you think it'll be waterproof? Well, let's test it. So I have a bowl of water here. I want you to decide before I try it, will the tinfoil be waterproof? And that means, can the water get through it? Put the tinfoil in there. And as you can see, the tinfoil is waterproof because the water didn't get through it. Okay, let's look at our next material, cardboard. So what does it feel like? It's quite smooth, all right. Does it make a sound when you squash it? Well, it does. Not a loud sound like tinfoil, but it does make a sound. And can you fold it? Yes, you can. You can fold because you can see that the cardboard is folded into a box shape. Do we think it will be waterproof? Let's find out. There's a certain amount of waterproof with the cardboard, and it does keep the water out to a certain amount, but if you look closely inside here, it makes it soft and it's ripped already. So cardboard is not waterproof, not if there's rain or wet on it for a long time. Now, let's look at paper. Now, what does it feel like? Again, the paper is smooth, all right. What does it make sound when we fold it or squash it? Does, and it can be folded, okay. So when do we use paper? We use paper for writing, don't we? And we can draw on paper and we can wrap things with paper. Let's see if it's waterproof. The paper is not waterproof. The water destroys the paper. It gets right into it and right through it. Can you see that? Okay, excellent. Now, let's have a look at our next material. We have plastic next. Now, there's a cup on here, but I thought we'd test it with Ben 10. Is Ben 10 going to be waterproof? Well, the plastic is smooth. And I can't squash Ben 10 because it's hard plastic. And you can put him in here and the water hasn't gone inside him. So that means that Ben 10 is waterproof. Well done. Now, the next material we're going to look at is tissue. What does it feel like? Well, tissue is very soft. Doesn't make much of a sound when we squash it. It can be folded. Okay, it can be folded. Let's see if it's waterproof. When we put it in, tissue is definitely not waterproof. It absorbs the water, which means the water just overtakes it nearly. It fills up with water. Okay. And what is tissue useful for? Well, for cleaning up spills, isn't it? Now, I just have to dry my hands with the fabric before I use the computer again, and we're going to have a look at the fabric. So, what does it feel like? It's soft. It doesn't make any noise when we squash it, so it doesn't make any sound. And it can be squashed and then it can be brought back out into its original shape. It can also be folded. Now, this napkin is made of fabric and we're going to test if it's waterproof. So I'm going to put it into the water. And as you can see, again, it absorbs the water. It holds the water. So fabric is not waterproof. If you had this covering you up in the rain, you would get wet. So that's our little experiment on things that are waterproof and things that are not waterproof. With the help of somebody at home, I'd like you to pick 3 or 4 objects, fill a bowl full of water and see are they waterproof or not. Don't pick anything that might break if you put it in water because you don't want to destroy any of your toys. But maybe look at some tissue, some paper, some cardboard and some tin foil and see are they waterproof. Slán.